Hey guys, this is episode 24 of Ask Mogz Anything, the series where you ask me questions and I answer them. This episode will feature gameplay from a top GC named TikTok Duels. He's a Sideswipe TikToker with almost 3,000 followers and he's really good. Alright, that's it. Let's get into the first match and the first question. But before we get into that,
a huge shout out to ExpressVPN.
if you've ever wanted to play games in a different region or browse the web securely, ExpressVPN is how you do it.
Hey, that's a good idea.
I can tell you from experience it 100% works, and the ping's actually decent too.
Wow, great ping.
And right now, every single Mogz viewer is gonna get a huge discount of 3 months off all 12-month subscriptions, meaning it just got a whole lot cheaper for you to jump into a different region and destroy your opponents over there.
Yay, you can play with Daddy.
So go check out ExpressVPN via the link on screen and in the video description. Alright, so first question is from Ilias, or Zogs, and he asks, should I come back to the game? I mean, I'm not sure. I'm making this video before the new season drops, I think season 21. So I don't know what game mode or whatever we're going to get next season, but it'll be interesting to see what happens there. So yeah, I mean, and the last few seasons have been fairly interesting. I mean, we've seen some changes in the way the Rocket Pass works. We've seen new items and stuff come into it, and the new game mode Squash, but that ended up just being a seasonal mode, like one of the extra modes like hoops and stuff. So that was a bit disappointing, and also I was a bit disappointed in the game mode itself. I didn't really enjoy it that much. But yeah, I mean, I think it's a decent time to come back. Like, the meta these days is pretty interesting, and stalls are just such a huge part of it. And so many people are getting into like 360 stalls, like ladder stalls, and rainbow stalls, I think people call them. And yeah, it's the game. I mean, the game's kind of gone in the direction that I expected it would in the early days, which is that stalls were just going to become like a massive part of high level play, that people would just be like stalling the ball from end to end. And yeah, it's kind of going in that direction. So I think that's really cool, but you just need, and also that also kind of gives touch players a bit of an advantage, because I don't know if you guys know, but touch is definitely faster than controller and more accurate in a lot of ways. So for stalls and for just speed, raw speed, touch is superior. So I think that's a good thing as well. It's a really good it's good, because in the past a lot of people were complaining that touch players had a disadvantage, whereas I think in the current meta touch players may even have a small advantage. So that's quite good. But anyway, yeah, I think it's a good time to come back, and obviously you always welcome people to come back to the game, because I love the community. I want to see it continue to grow. So yes, to answer your question, Zogs, you should definitely come back. Our next one, how to improve in ones, from Whitest Coma. I mean, ones, yeah, this is something I've covered so many times on my channel, lots of videos about ones. Most of my videos were sort of targeted at ones, really. And I think, I've always maintained that really the most important part of ones is that your attacking plays are, like your solo plays, I guess you can call them, are varied and really tight, and lots of different mechanics, and change up the way that you do them. Sometimes you take the shot early, sometimes you take the shot late. And I highly recommend, if you haven't watched it already, there's a video I made about how to train in Sideswipe that I think didn't get enough attention. I think it's such a useful video, or useful training method, where you basically train for a live match environment. So if you haven't seen it already, I'll put it on screen. I highly recommend watching that. It's just, if you could do that every day as you're training, or you can change your training to be that style, your ones gameplay is going to massively improve. So yeah, my answer is go watch that video. All right, next one, how to get out of plat. Ones or two. It's just different depending. I've maybe watched the same videos before. Mogz, friend Ned asks, what are your thoughts on the recent Striped video about Sideswipe? So the video itself didn't really interest me at all. It was just playing with different ranks and talking, so I didn't even watch it. I watched a bit of it and I was like, okay, this is just not my kind of content. Listening to people chat to each other about random stuff, just, yeah, it's just not my cup of tea. So that didn't interest me. But I think that the fact that Reflex was in the video was wonderful. He's such an asset to this community. So I liked seeing him as a main part of the video. I think I got a mention as well as a channel that was influential, which was good to at least get a mention. Yeah, I don't really have any other thoughts about it. I think it's really good that we had a big creator, a Rocket League creator, making a video about Sideswipe. I don't think I saw any bump in viewership or anything like that. So yeah, it didn't seem to be particularly good for the game. But yeah, anyway, those are my thoughts on that. Okay, the next one is from TikTok Duels, and he asks, can I be the background guy doing the gameplay next video? Yes, you can, and this video features gameplay from a TikTok Duels. So he got in touch with me, and we arranged to get him to do the clips. So yep, yes, you can. Next one, Dan's or Justin. I think we did a gameplay of Dan's or Justin recently, didn't we? And I think Dan's won. So yeah, these days it seems like Dan's is the better player. But once upon a time, I think Justin may have been. All right, so next one comes from Firefan Gladiator, and asks, Mogz, do you think that if and when single-player modes like custom trading, I think he means training packs, will get people to keep playing Sideswipe? Yeah, I do. I think that's a really good idea, and that's something I've been talking about a lot in these videos and other videos where, you know, I talk about the game. I think we need stuff to do other than playing matches, because, you know, as fun as Sideswipe games are, you need other stuff to do. Like Rocket League, I think, you know, I heard of pros in that game, like Squishy, not even playing matches at all for like the first year that they played Rocket League, because they were just in free play, you know, the whole time. And I think that should be the case for Sideswipe as well. I think we need things like custom training. We need things like, you know, like workshop maps and stuff like that. I mean, I'm assuming that's never going to come to the game, but custom training, like, that needs to be a thing. Like, we need that rings map, I think, that they advertised in that survey that we got. You know, the rings map would be cool. I can't remember the other thing that they had, but it was like a platformer where you could like test your ability to stay on the platforms and get to the end. And I think that's such a good idea. We need control over our free play so that we can, you know, pop the ball up to ourselves, or have like a ghost, like an opponent, like hit the ball in a particular way, or challenge us, or I don't know, something like that. I think would be really, really good, and it would make me want to play the game more. And yeah, I think it would just be good for the community to improve their skills. So yeah, I think it would be great, and it would bring people back to the game for sure. Be a lot of interesting content we could do with that sort of thing as well. So all right, next one, Dr. Brendos, do you like Indian food? Yes, I love Indian food, but I find it really hard to find like good Indian restaurants, especially in Japan. It's just really difficult. There's a lot of bad ones. Like in Australia, there's a lot of Indian restaurants, and so there's a lot of terrible ones. So yeah, I think it's difficult to find really good ones, unfortunately. But yeah, good Indian food. I mean, I grew up on Indian food, and yeah, I absolutely love it. Do I think the best player in I don't know, I have no idea. I don't know many Asian players, or players in Asia. Next one, I don't know the answer to that. Because mechanics, I already know. Okay, this one from Physics. As a player, should I be learning more mechanics, or trying to get consistent with the mechanics I already know? It depends which mechanics you already know. But yeah, I think stalls and stuff are starting to come into plat these days, so you're going to want to definitely learn those. If you don't already know them, then definitely learn them. At least get a couple of stalls in your game. But I don't really know how to answer that. Yeah, it's kind of a difficult one. Yeah, it depends on the mechanics that you already know. All right, next one from Hungry Rabbit. They ask, Mogz, if you can get a job, what job will it be? I mean, YouTube is my favorite job, so this is probably the job that I want. It's the job I have. But I just wish it earned more so that I could keep doing it more and spend all my time on it, and, you know, blah, blah, blah. And And yeah, speaking of this, I mean, if you guys do want to contribute to my channel to support my channel more and make it so that I can keep making Sideswipe videos for years to come, then check out this little ad that I made. All right, so guys, just quickly before we get into the rest of the video, I just want to say I love making Sideswipe content, and I hope I can continue making it for, honestly, years to come. It's one of my passions to make content for this game, and I love the community. I love you guys. It's kind of a dream come true to do this job. However, unfortunately, as you know, the game isn't doing very well lately. There's not a lot of players, and as a result, there's not a lot of viewers. And I'm struggling to kind of justify continuing the Sideswipe content going. So you may have noticed that I've been talking a lot about my membership and how to support my channel, how to make donations and things like that. And I just want to say that every little bit helps. So even if you're only able to get the lowest tier membership, or even if you're only able to, donate $1 or $2 a month, every little bit helps. So if you like my channel, if you want to see me continue to make Sideswipe content, please consider donating or becoming a member. As a member, you'll get perks, you'll get like a unique Discord server role, and you may get access to the members only channel. You'll get other stuff. I sometimes do replay analysis for members and other stuff like that. But really, this is if you want me to continue making Sideswipe videos. So if you do, just consider contributing. If you can't afford it, obviously that's totally fine. Just please continue watching the content. I'll continue trying to do this for as long as I possibly can, regardless. But yeah, that's it. Just wanted to say that all the details are in the video description. Let's get on to the rest of the video. All right, next one from Aiden, how to edit like you. So I used DaVinci Resolve as I told him. And I said, yeah, I should do an editing video, which I probably should. But I mean, basically, if you want to look at the way I edit, I can show you like a quick montage maybe on screen. You can see how I edit, but a lot of it is just really, I put down the script and stuff, and then I'll start, I kind of just go through the edit like piece by piece, just like second by second. And whatever I think, like I basically want to always have something on screen that represents what I'm saying, that kind of mirrors what I'm saying. So yeah, I just try to think, I just kind of, when I write my scripts, I often will imagine how I will edit that, how I will present that. And so, if I say that, if I'm doing a tutorial and I say, well, you need to first take the ball from here and take it up to here, I'll think, okay, well, I could animate that using image files and just like keyframe them up, keyframe the ball and the car up. Or I could just show it in like a slow-mo video of Sideswipe, like in-game footage, and do that, just demo it. So there's kind of two main ways I could show it on screen, but I really always want to make sure that I'm showing something as well as telling you at the same time. So that's sort of my editing, like, I guess, philosophy. Yeah, but anyway, next one. What inspired you to make Sideswipe content? It's me, River from TikTok. I don't know this guy, but what inspired me? I mean, I came from Rocket League, so that was really my inspiration, was Rocket League YouTubers like, Sunless Khan and what's his name? Wait and Pilkin. They were sort of my two main channels that I loved. So I guess those are my inspiration. Yeah, and just finding out that, I can make money from making YouTube videos, which I just loved. It was just a dream come true. So I just thought, like, the more I could do this, the better. And yeah, then I got into Sideswipe because Sideswipe came out. But yeah, it just all started from Rocket League. Okay, next one comes from Nazk7. Hey Mogz, I'm Platinum 1, and every time I play a game, I literally win and lose every time. I used to be Platinum 4, then I literally lost every game. Can you give me tips? I mean, I can't give you tips without seeing your gameplay, but I would suggest that if you're kind of 50-50 winning and losing, then that's just your current rank, that's all. So if you want to improve your rank, you probably need to be training and doing things like watching your own replays, record your gameplay and then just analyze it and try to find out what you're doing wrong. So you kind of have to train. Like, a lot of people think, well, just the more I play, then the better I'll get. But I just think that's not the right logic. You need to actually do training. and try to, you know, work on specific skills, like work on your stall chains, work on your different mechanics that you know, and you know, watch your replays so that you can identify the problems you make, the mistakes you're making, and try to fix them. You know, just consciously try to fix them. That's how you'll improve. You can't. You're not just going to improve by just playing over and over and over. I mean, you will very gradually, but I think targeted training is really the way to go. So those would be my tips for that. Next one. Hey Mogz, if you could name your daughter Lily, if you couldn't name your daughter Lily, what would you name her? One of the early names that we came up with for our daughter was Amelia. So we really liked that. I knew an Amelia when I was younger, and also like Emilia Clarke from Game of Thrones. I just loved her, and I loved her name and stuff. So I think that's probably the name we would have gone with. I liked another name, Marley. I thought that was quite a nice name. But I ended up not liking that. So yeah. Those are probably my two ones. I quite like Anna too. It's just quite a simple name. It was my stepmom's middle name, so that's another one I kind of like. But that's just quite generic. It's not really an interesting name. So, although Lily's not that interesting either. Lily, the name Lily came from my mum. My mum just suggested it one day when my wife was pregnant, and I was like, man, that fits for some reason. I just loved that. It was such a pretty, cute, and like innocent name. So I don't know, it just fit for some reason. Really strange, but. Okay, anyway, next question is from Shu, and they ask, Mogz, can you do a 360 tutorial? I really want to be able to do 360. So I just made a video about stalls. It was my big stall tutorial that I'll probably not make another one. But if you want to know 360 stalls, I'd watch that, and I would also watch Reflex's tutorial because he goes into stalls in that. He doesn't specifically talk about 360s, but if you can... You watch his video and improve from that, you probably be able to do 360s anyway. So yeah, there's not really a special technique with 360s. It's really just stalling around the ball. Like, it's not that complicated. It's just the mechanics of it are quite difficult to do. You know, you have to be really fast and accurate and stuff. So yeah, that's just practice. Mogz, are you planning to get a new profile picture? Not really. I mean, I do like my profile picture. It's very recognizable, and you know, it's just cool and clean, so I don't really have a plan to get a new one. If someone has some suggestions, I'm open to them. MOGZRL, what's the most common mistake of all in Sideswipe? Probably just flipping into the ball on your 50s and your shots. I'd say that's really the most common one. I did a video about the most common mistakes, and I think it still stands, really. Like, depends what rank you're looking at, but yeah, flipping towards the ball in your 50s and in your shots. I can't imagine there's a more common mistake, really. Yeah, leaving yourself with no boost and no flip so you can't get back down to the ground. You just need to be flipping towards surfaces all the time. You really should never be flipping just into the air with no plan to either get a flip reset, get some more boost, or both. So yeah. Mogz has a little one. She's wonderful. Oh god. She's great, yeah. I mean, ups and downs and stuff, as any 5-year-old has, but no, she's absolutely amazing. This one, blah, 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 from Damon. If somehow Sideswipe miraculously came up from the dead and business was booming, would you quit your job as a teacher and go full-time YouTube? I mean, my job as a teacher is part-time anyway. Like, it's casual work. It's like, I'm like a tutor, like an English tutor. So I'm not a high school teacher or anything like that. So I already do, like, YouTube's already basically a full-time job. It's just that I do other work on the side as well. So yeah, like, I have 3 channels. So I run 3 channels at the same time. Even though Mogz is my main one at the moment. You know, in the past, it's been other channels have been my main ones. So yeah, I mean, I'd keep doing my thing. It's just, yeah, my if I earned more money, I'd be able to justify spending more of my time on YouTube, and I wouldn't have to do those other businesses. I could just get rid of them. That's what I want to do, really. Okay, anyway, Mogz, what's your peak? My peak is actually only like Diamond 5, I think was the max. But as I say to everyone that asks this question, I never really grinded Sideswipe, and I've always been more a content creator. So I was never going to hit GC just because I never played enough, and I'm not that interested in it. I'm more interested in making content and learning the game so that I can make content and, kind of getting in touch with the community. And, I love making videos about Sideswipe more these days than I did in the early days, because these days I don't actually have to play it. I can just like do commentary videos, and I can do, other content about the news and things like that are actually, that don't require me to play, because the playing was the part that was always so time consuming, and I didn't really enjoy that much, so I love making content where I don't actually have to play it. I can just talk about it and, commentate matches and stuff. Like, that's fun. I find that really, really fun. All right, next one is from Dark, and he asks, do you have placebos for anything? Doesn't have to be Sideswipe or games. I don't really know. I guess you mean like superstitions? I'm assuming that's what you mean. Like things that I do that don't actually do anything, but because I believe that they're going to do something, then they do something. Like, I guess that's what you mean by a placebo. No, I'm not a superstitious person at all. So I don't think so. I'm very skeptical and kind of science-minded, so I'm aware of the placebo effect, but I'm kind of always on the watch for it. I'm like, is this just my wishful thinking or blah, 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 So things like acupuncture and, I look into the science on it and realize that, okay, discover that there isn't actually any scientific basis for it, and that most of it is likely placebo. So yeah, I'm quite skeptical and like, I guess science-minded is probably, I tend to want to look for the evidence and just go to where the evidence leads. That's my approach anyway. All right, next one is from JL Legend, which is Josh. And they ask, what is it like living in Japan? Living in Japan, I've answered this so many times on this channel. Living in Japan is comfortable. That's the primary word that I always use. Everything is designed to be sort of comfortable. Go on a train, it's on time, and it's like nicely, like the temperature's really nice, and it's like everything's climate controlled. And when you go to a restaurant, the staff are always so lovely and professional and friendly and blah, blah, blah. And everything's just nice, It's just a really nice place. People leave each other alone. They're friendly to each other, but not too friendly, not like aggressive, and yeah, everyone just sort of takes care of each other. It's lovely. It's just a nice, comfortable place. Expensive though. It's quite expensive. That's only one problem. The healthcare and stuff's quite expensive. You got to pay every month and everything. But yeah, it's a great communal sort of. Yeah, they've got a collectivist sort of approach to their society, so it's very different from the West. The West is more like individualistic, so we kind of care about our own individual rights, whereas in Japan they care about the group's rights, and that's their priority. So yeah, very different. Next one is from Wacky Final Gear. Yeah, and he asks, how's life? Yeah, life's great. I love. My family's wonderful. I have lots of time at home making videos, which is where I really want to be. I spend heaps of time with my daughter and wife, and yeah, we're just a happy little family. We're not rich or anything. A lot of people probably think Mogz is rich, but yeah, really not. But we don't mind. Like we're happy despite that. And yeah, I just want to be able to make more videos. It's kind of my priority. I don't want to have to go and get a job or anything. I want to keep doing my thing, and it's because it's something I'm passionate about. So how tall am I? From Jerry, I'm 6 foot, or like 5'11" and like 3/4. I'm like right on the edge. Mogz, will you ever get to GC? Nope, I don't think so. This guy asks, can I not ignore all the questions here? People seem to not think that this is for my video. They think it's just a place to ask me questions, but no, it's for this series. Next one is Hungry Rabbit asked about bronze chests not claiming. I have no idea, bro. It's probably just a bug. I'm sure he fixed it by now, but yeah, I've never experienced that, so I have no idea. Next one is from MD Guy asked about my brother, so Spaceman 1. Yeah, I mean, if you guys haven't seen his channel yet, he doesn't make videos lately at all, but he did some really amazing creative content that I highly recommend you check out. It's just so cool.
Everyone I know is sick with this virus or whatever it is. The commander said we may be going in to pick up some samples of these rocks or whatever they are. Just promise we'll go together, alright? You need to go, Captain. I'm sorry. I had no choice. They wouldn't wait for him. I have to trust that he can get back on his own. I didn't know what else to do. I'm sorry, Mogz.
Some of the coolest content I've ever seen. And I'm not just saying that's just very unique. So check out his channel, put a link in the description. This guy asked, what was your favorite game growing up? I've answered this before, but I'd say the game that always really comes to mind is Civilization. Civilization 2 was a huge game for me. Also, GoldenEye on Nintendo 64, I absolutely loved. That was like, and Mario Kart on Nintendo 64, that was huge back in my day. It probably gives away how old I am, but that was massive for us. That's all we really played when we were at home, you know, playing console. So those are probably the three main ones that come to mind. Well, obviously like Warcraft, and that was huge as well. Okay, next one. Josh again asks, what age did you move out? I think I was like 19. I moved out with my brother, Spaceman 1, and a couple of friends, and we lived in this big house with like 5 bedrooms. We had like a music room because we were in a band together, so we had this whole like living room area just decked out with amps and guitars and drums and stuff. It was amazing. We used to play in there every night. We also had in another living room, because we had 2 like living rooms in this place. We had a pool table and a table tennis table. So we used to just play pool. We would play cards and stuff on the pool table. So play poker, and you know, we'd have like cigars. It's amazing. And all the girlfriends and stuff had come over, so there's often like 5 or 6 people in the house. It was great. We lived there for a couple of years, and then I moved out and came to Japan, so that was a great time. And we all worked together in the same company as well. So, you know, that was like my 20s, early 20s. All right, next one. Do you ever get angry and shout? I mean, not really. I used to be quite angry when I was younger. Yeah, like I remember punching the wall and stuff, and like playing games, I'd get frustrated. So when I was in my teens, I was a pretty angry kid. I was from a broken home, and I think I had issues. So, no, but not anymore. I mean, I do yell at Lily occasionally. Like if she's like running onto the road, I'll yell at her, but it's not out of anger. It's just like to get her attention. But yeah, as I said to him, I very, very rarely, I used to yell at Lily when she was much younger, but soon realized I didn't want to be that kind of father. So yeah, and when she was like 1, she would sometimes just be going crazy, and I would sometimes yell at her. But I just decided, like, my dad did that to me, and it was horrible, and I don't want to do that to my kids. So I don't do it anymore. I don't punish her really at all either. So we just kind of have like a collaboration between us to raise her, successfully. So I try to work with her as much as possible to make good decisions, and I try not to get angry and blah, blah, blah. But I do get frustrated, of course. Like, who doesn't? I just admit it. Like, I'm just like, okay, I'm frustrated right now. So, and I tell my wife I'm a bit frustrated. So just like, take it easy. So yeah, I think that's the best approach. Just be upfront about it and admit it to yourself and admit it to people around you. Like, I'm having a bit of a rough time at the moment. I think that's a really good idea. And if you feel like you need a break, like if you're playing a game and you get frustrated, just say to yourself, I'm getting angry, and just take a break, go for a walk, just chill for a bit. You just have to have that reminder in your head to just talk to yourself, just admit it. All right, next one. This guy asks, do you think you're gonna have another kid? Nah, definitely not. It's enough what we got, so that's fine. I don't need any more kids. Okay, next one is, would you do a Mogz big tournament with a prize pool? I would love to. I was thinking of like turning the rlss into like a tournament, like having, or at least after I do like 10 episodes, having like a tournament with all the participants. Like that's one thing I could do. And then have a prize pool in that. So that's one idea. I don't know. I mean, let me know what you guys think down below if you want to see some kind of tournament, a Mogz tournament. Yeah. I just would want to make sure that everyone had the chance to participate, but if you do that, that's like, how many ranks are you gonna have? Like, oh my god, it's just, that sounds like an insane amount of work, which I just don't think I have time for. Yeah, this guy asked, does the hat, like the topper, make your car heavier? No, not at all. There's items like that you put on your car don't change it at all. Next one, how can I be a member in Mogz's channel? I'll put the details on screen and video description, but yeah, I don't think you can do it on iOS. I don't think it works. So you have to be on a PC or maybe on Android, I'm not sure. But you could also just donate to PayPal or Patreon and you'll get access to, if you want access, I can give you access to the same stuff. So like the members only videos, I'm doing members only videos lately on YouTube, so and I can put them on Patreon as well if people want them. And the next one, probably the last question, is from Hungry Rabbit. Mogz, is your test, a Mogz test RSS account is only used by you? Yes, I'm the only person that has the login details for that. I do like use it sometimes just to test out like certain things, obviously. So I'm not always like playing on it. I'm usually just checking out something in game. So if you see me on there, yeah, it's probably me, but I'm not playing, likely. Right, fine. Last one, what's your real name? I'm not going to tell you my real name. If you can guess it, I might tell you, but you're probably not going to guess it. But yeah, I mean, I'm from Australia, so it's a relatively common Australian name. But yeah, that's it. That's 30-minute videos. That's probably long enough. If you guys want to participate in this video, have your own questions answered, then come join the Mogz Discord server and put your questions in the Ask Mogz channel. I'll put the link on screen and the video description. And if you want to participate in any of my videos, you can do so by putting your entry in the Mogz Video Participants channel, where you just have to submit your entry using this kind of structure. And I'll select you for a video in the future, maybe. But yeah, as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. And yeah, like the video if you liked it, dislike it if not, and subscribe for more videos like this. And I'll see you guys in the next one.